So, anyway, okay, so you joined, when did you join?
Joined Rotary December 13th, 1961.
Oh, okay.
Quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
How many years is that?
45, 48? 48 years ago.
This December.
And do you remember who brought you in?
Yes, Lee Fillmore did. He was president at that time. And he was president in 61, 62. And quite a colorful figure, Lee. I don't think you ever knew Lee Fillmore. He ran the OK food store over here at the Commons. He was located there.
Oh, down, yeah, okay.
And broke bill on that property with a partner. And a real successful grocery store there about 4 or 5 years. And his partner died, and he was the one who financed the operation. And so he struggled along for a while. His wife Julie ran a real successful flower shop, catering to funerals and weddings and things like that, parties. And Julie was a really wonderful gal. She's very businesslike. They both ended up in Salem, Oregon. And she in the real estate business, and he spent most of his time with a grocer in Kodiak, Alaska.
Oh, I see.
And ran that grocery store up there for him about 20 years ago.
Okay, and so you were running the hotel when you joined Rotary?
Yes, I was in the registered business at the same time. Rogers Hotel, downtown on Main Street, second, on East Main, 100 block on East Main, and I was there 30 years with my partner Ben Modern.
Okay. So did you host any Rotary events there?
Yes, we did. We brought while Lee was president, we brought the district conference to Twin Falls, and we catered the food and banquet at the conference. We fed 300 people in the high school gym.
Really? So you had to prepare the food there, and then you carried
it through there. And,
went to the high school with it.
Yeah. But those were the original days that I was in Rotary.
Yeah. And were you real active, or were you busy working your hotel?
Well, I was really busy and working. In fact, the meetings were being held in the Legion Hall.
Okay, down the street.
Down the street about a block and a half. And I would, just before noon, I would run down there and sometimes just check in and back, because we were so busy at noon. Not only we had the regular trade, but we had bus stops would drop in on us.
Oh. So the bus would stop in front of your hotel?
No, the bus station was on the other end of the property.
I see.
And those bus stops, they unload 25 or 30 people on you right quick, and only have 15 minutes to feed them or something like that. And it was quite a hassle, really. We got through it, but Ben and I were there for 30 years.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Harryberry Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a Rotary plaque on there at the park.
Mm-hmm.
And Rotary put up the playground equipment.
Mm-hmm.
And built the restrooms, I believe, and perhaps the swimming pool was there.
Okay, and that was built in honor of Warren's parents.
Warren's parents, who were killed in an automobile accident together.
Yeah.
And Harryberry was in the lumber business here.
Yes.
Yeah. And the forerunner of. And then also they, I think, built a home on South Locust, across from Wagner's trucking business there.
Oh, okay.
Was the Easter Seal home, and they built that and set the Easter Seal people up in that. Yeah. And then, of course, the fitness trail came along at the college.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what year that was any longer. And we all worked on that to start with, and a group of people have maintained it every year and done a good job at it. Enlisted high school children to help out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's been a great project as well. Rotary has done. Of course, as you go along, Centennial Park is a shining example of what we've done.
Mm-hmm.
There have been other more or less less visible, I think, projects we've done over the years.
Were you ever involved in any other service organizations?
No, I wasn't. I was getting, was going through the degrees for Masonic Lodge, and was interested in that. I joined the Elks like most every other fellow did, and just stayed a short while at the Elks.
You're busy raising your kids.
Busy raising the kids and running a restaurant. Yeah.
So how many hours did you spend at the restaurant?
And that's from 6 till 10 at night. And when we had the Golden Hour Lounge, we ran till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Well,
Of course, we didn't cover all those hours, but we were there a good 10, 12 hours a day. We always worked the front of the restaurant. We always greeted people, seated them, hung their coats up when they came in, and put them on when they went out, and things like that. So we catered close to our clientele. Yeah.
so you closed the restaurant down when then?
1976, we left the restaurant.
1976. And then you went into real estate at that point?
Real estate with L. James Kotnick and Western Realty, and spent 12 or 14 years there. Ending up with Coldwell Banker.
Yes.
Going back to Lee Fillmore's time,
Mm-hmm.
he brought the exchequer concept to Rotary.
Ah.
He'd gone to a meeting somewhere, and the club he attended that luncheon had what they call a fundraising project.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought it to us, presented it to the club, and we voted for it. It was intended as a kind of a fun thing in Rotary, and also at the same time to raise funds for projects we would like to do. And so it was quite. They would roast one or two members or several members, and then depending upon the severity of their actions, we would fine them, which is $2, $3 to maybe $10, $12, you know. And so that went on for several years like that.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, it got to be a burden on some, I think. And so the club just for finding is now $4 per quarter.
Did you say how many? So how many members do you show here? 60 to 65 members back in that time.
Well,
Do you remember?
I don't think that was the years 1971 right there, 71 and 80.
Mm-hmm.
Those figures. But I think going back, probably wasn't quite that many. I don't know. The early ones, I've kept rosters, annual rosters for ever since that. But I think I had them even before that, but I think I culled them out 20 years ago and dropped several of them, you know, so about 20 years of them. So I just don't have that. Well, we used to have social things. We used to have a pancake breakfast down at Twin Falls, and it was catered to start with C.R. Higgins, who was an old-time Rotary member and a real good member of Rotary, and he had a special, what do you call it, special pancake formula,
Mm-hmm.
and he served those pancakes, and we take the whole family and went down. You take all your children, go down and have a wonderful breakfast down in the park on a nice, beautiful sunny